Well, here's our pre-departure preceptor meetings where we met at the MLK every Tuesday and Thursday. Here we debrief students on how to go about shooting their assignments, their video projects, and their video diaries.
Max, you got any questions back there?
Now I'm just like kind of taking it all.
How's that iPhone 7 treating you?
What?
How's your iPhone 7 treating you?
It's good. It's shattered.
Yeah, I like mine too.
Things that you can do is just kind of wander. Bring it up on Google Maps and kind of wander around. You don't get all of the major monuments when you bring it up on Google Maps. And so if you wanted to maybe make it to the Museum of Modern Art or back to the Eiffel Tower or to the Pantheon or wherever, you can kind of see that, Musée d'Orsay. Or you can ask one of us for some directions and I can give you the metro stops to get there. But it's difficult to get lost here as long as you have your map and as long as you know that you can get anywhere on a metro. Our metro stops are Saint Michel and Luxembourg. Luxembourg is an RER stop, so you have to get on the big train. But a regular metro would be Luxembourg or even Sorbonne.
Stuff that you'll definitely enjoy. So, Kevin, take it away.
So hi everybody, my name is Kevin Donat. I'm from Martinique. Have you guys heard of Martinique? You know the. You've been there.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Please say yes.
I did.
This is where we met Kevin, our tour guide, for the first time. We were in front of the Pantheon.
Tours of Paris, the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Notre Dame. But tourists had a lot of questions about diversity in Paris. So I didn't know how to answer it. So I decided to do a tour about the Black history of Paris. That was my way of to answer to the question: how come there are so many Black people in Paris and you never knew about that? So this is how I decided to show in Paris, and she was a dancer. And she immediately became very famous. She looked different. She was a muse for a lot of photographers. There's no TV, and superstars are these women performing in the cabarets, in the music halls. So if the star of the day or the star of the moment is blonde, everybody wants to watch in. What happens? The First World War is starting, and at the time the Americans are not involved in the war yet. So Americans will arrive in 1970. It will join the Foreign Legion. That was the best way to become a French citizen, to join the Foreign Legion, and you will fight for the French army this way. Happening in this neighborhood, have you ever heard of voguing? It's something that comes from the Black LGBT communities in America, and it's something from, if I'm not wrong, from the 1980s in America. And it became big in France for the Black LGBT community maybe 5 years ago, and just there is a place behind the trees called Folie Pigalle. And it's one of the important places for the voguing community in Paris. And apparently, people from New York who knew this scene in the 1980s when they are in Paris this year, they say that it looks very genuine and looks a little bit like what it used to be. Mobile phones, you know, there are two companies named Lebara and Lika Mobile, and they are the cheapest companies to call area. A lot of places as well to wire money, to buy luggages because a lot of people come and go. So it's a very different neighborhood, a very unique neighborhood in Paris. Let's go all the way down and then we'll talk about this area. Do you know like this stuff after, before and after? You know, when they show you two different pictures and then you make an opinion. So I'm going to show you this side of the street from here. This is a postcard from the early 1900s. Do you recognize anything? Yes. So you see the police station was not there at the time. But if you... So this building here is this one there, right after the police station. So they kept the same, how to say that? I think in English the word is grid. You know, the same stuff on the same shape on the floor. Yeah. Yeah, here. But this part is much more different. It's because in the 1980s, half of the neighborhood was destroyed for restoration, for renovation. At the time, the neighborhood was was not good anymore. It was a little bit filthy, problems of hygiene. So they had the idea of destroying everything. Or I mean, half of it. And it was an exception. It was the first time that most of the people who had to move were came back to the neighborhood. What I mean is usually when you improve a neighborhood, it's for a richer population. Right now, 80% of the people who had to move came back to the neighborhood after it was rebuilt. And it was an experience because there were associations in the neighborhood really put a lot of pressure on politicians to tell them this neighborhood needs to be a proletarian immigrant neighborhood. And this is what we're going to talk about next. It's about these different waves of people who came and changed the area. The first part that we saw, Barthes, it's mostly Nigerian, but there's been many different type of immigrations in the neighborhood. Actually, if I show you again the first picture, the first postcard, the thing that changed the most here, it's not the buildings, it's the population. Like on the picture I'm showing you here, everybody's European.